And the issues between Grace and Bully goes back 5 years. They just can't seem to escape each other. And now Grace and Bully gonna have to work on the same page here. Mixed tag team matchup here tonight in Chicago. Bully Ray and Maclin going right at it. And look at the body of Steve Maclin. If we can get a shot of the back of Steve Maclin, it is covered in cuts from that barbed wire table at Bound for Glory.
Maclin literally scarred by what Bully Ray did to him. These two, who at one point were teaming up to take on the likes of PCO, take him down, and now finding themselves on opposite sides of a war.
Steve Maclin and KiLynn King, they saw that Bully Ray and Jordynne Grace last week weren't exactly at each other's throats, but almost this tense respect. I don't even know how to describe it necessarily, and that's where KiLynn King interjected herself and said, listen, I don't recognize this Bully Ray. I don't recognize the man who trained me. And Steve Maclin was re-emphasizing, yeah, the guy's lost his edge.
And Bully Ray out to prove that is far, far, far from the case. As we were maybe hoping to see a little bit of respect there between Grace and Bully after everything, but as you said, ultimately interrupted by King and Maclin.
They're still tense. Now Maclin
out here.
And Maclin and Bully Ray, when the past have teamed up, know each other very well. They tried to destroy PCO over the summer at one point. PCO, of course, did not meet his ultimate demise. Now a tag made. In comes KiLynn King.
Do I need to remind you of talks of battery acid and lighting someone on fire? Yes, all of that went down with these two on the same side of things.
And now Bully Ray shoving down his former pupil.
Could be time for another lesson, another hard knocks lesson here.
And KiLynn King, listen, you mentioned she made it to the Final Four of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. Before this past Bound for Glory, no knockout had ever made it further than the Final 6 of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Ironically, that was Jordynne Grace back in 2019, the first Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. The fact that 2 knockouts made it the furthest they ever have, and a knockout finally won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match for the first time, it was historic.
I love to see it. In my opinion, KiLynn King is the most slept on, incredible talent in women's pro wrestling. You have not even begun to scratch the surface of what this woman can do.
Jordynne Grace will meet whomever is the Knockouts World Champion at Hard to Kill in January. Will that be Trinity, your reigning defending Knockouts World Champion, who we'll see in action later on tonight against Sunny Kiss in a first-time ever matchup? And speaking of never-before-seen bouts, our main event, Will Ospreay is here. He'll compete on Access TV against Josh Alexander, the aerial assassin and the walking weapon tonight.
Meanwhile now, these two hot shots of the Knockouts division going to battle. And there was a little bit of decent teamwork there with Bully Ray and Jordynne Grace at that last tag.
Cover here and a kick out. I do agree with you. I'm genuinely shocked.
And everybody is. As now the Juggernaut looks to plant KiLynn King. King doing a great job of countering this, though.
Jordynne Grace, a 2-time Knockouts World Champion. Meanwhile, KiLynn King, a former Knockouts World Tag Team Champion. Tons of potential in King.
Look at this.
Look at the raw strength of KiLynn King. How many people can say they've gotten Jordynne Grace up straight like that?
Very, very few, and now just punishing the Call Your Shot winner here.
An example of what the Knockouts division will look like in 2024 when this company returns to its roots. Total nonstop action. TNA, the company that has given opportunity to women in wrestling for nearly 2 decades.
No doubt about that. Oh, swift kick to the tailbone there.
Tag. And now Bully Ray legal into the matchup against KiLynn King. Elbow right between the eyes.
And now Bully Ray going up top. You know, something you don't see him do very often. Maclin, though.
And Maclin trying to slow up Bully Ray. Illegal contact there. The referee trying to get Maclin back to his corner. That bought time for KiLynn King. KiLynn King tossing Bully Ray to the mat.
Bully Ray comes crashing down. Is that it?
Cover and a power out there by Bully at 1. Oh, now KiLynn on top of Bully. Tag made in comes Maclin.
Now some teamwork here. Quick teamwork, KiLynn King and Steve Maclin controlling Bully Ray.
And Steve Maclin, I think a lot of his frustrations over the past year have been pouring out as of late. Thought he'd had the Impact World title shot of Feast or Fired. He had it in his hands 2 months ago, and now trying to go through Bully Ray. Oh, and a big spear there by Bully.
That was an entire Monsters Ball match. I mentioned it that night. Everybody had issues with Steve Maclin in that matchup. Not making any friends here in Impact Wrestling. As now, the Juggernaut back into the fray here.
Oh, spinning back fist. Bully Ray knows what those feel like. That's what happened to him in the conclusion of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match at Bound for Glory. Jordynne Grace was relentless, like she is right now.
Like shot out of a cannon. Grace on a roll here.
Vader bomb! Cover! Oh, and Maclin saving the matchup for his team.
That's all it needed to be, right there in the nick of time, though.
Wow, Jordynne Grace went for another spinning back fist. KiLynn King, oh, incidental contact there with Maclin. Bully sends Maclin to the outside.
And another back fist.
Oh, look out, the Juggernaut driver. Grace and Bully win.
Here are your winners, Bully Ray and Jordynne Grace.
Well, there was questions of how they coexist as a team. I mean, a win is a win.
Wait a minute. Bully Ray's got the Call Your Shot Gauntlet trophy in his hand, standing behind Jordynne Grace.
She doesn't see him, Tom. She doesn't. Wow.
I can't believe it. I called it tense respect. I think it was apropos. Jordynne Grace is marching towards Hard to Kill, and the Juggernaut will have her eyes on the Knockouts World Champion Trinity, who faces Sunny Kiss next.